It's a Tuesday night FCX Boys Hoops clash on the DAF Media Network. Tonight, a highly anticipated showdown between the second-place Danbury Hatters and the surging Darien Blue Wave. Hi, everybody. Joined alongside Will Smosky. I'm Braden Shank. And, Will, this Darien team is hot as of late. A win over Bridgeport last week and a 31-point beating on the third-best team in the conference, Wilton. Darien might have found their kryptonite here late in the season.
Absolutely, Braden. This Darien team has really begun to come alive as of late, and as you said, are coming off a dominating victory that took place on Saturday afternoon against not only one of the better teams in the FCX, but the whole state of Connecticut, the Wilton Warriors. This home stretch for the Blue Wave has been one they have certainly taken advantage of, as they have started off 2-0 and are looking to make that 3-0 today against the Hatters, Braden.
And as for the Hatters, one of the best starts in the state. Winners of their first 11 games, but have cooled down, losing 2 out of their last 3. Danbury's looking to hold on to their grounds here with the talent on their roster.
Right, Braden. As you mentioned, Danbury got off to a scorching start of 11-0, but since then have struggled a bit. Although they won their last contest in blowout fashion against Fairfield Ludlow, 78-31, a team that actually beat Darien on their home court. The 2 games before that were rough for the Hatters as they matched up with Ridgefield and Fairfield Ward, 2 of the top teams in the FCX, Braden, and lost both of those games.
You mentioned Ridgefield and Fairfield Ward tonight. A lot of implications as for the FCX conference standings. Danbury sits in second place behind Ridgefield, while Darien is tied for 5th, but is currently hanging on to an FCX playoff spot as they look to hold their ground tonight.
Yes, Braden, and this matchup tonight, given these implications, should certainly be a good one, as these 2 teams that could possibly see each other in the FCX playoffs if they both held on to their respective spots. So both teams will be going out there and giving each other their best. Darien coming off of just 1 day of rest, and Danbury coming off of 2. We should definitely be in for a treat tonight.
Exactly 1 year ago, these 2 familiar foes met in Danbury, and it was the likes of Carson Drake who drained the layup at the buzzer to give Darien the upset win over the Hatters, 55-54 in 2022.
The buzzer on the school the next day was electric, Braden. I remember it like it was yesterday. Senior captain Carson Drake was the hero, as you mentioned, and any win is big in Darien High School, but the fact that it came at the buzzer made it all the more memorable.
Now, looking at our players of the game for tonight, Danbury will look to have some offense with their own, with the junior Cam Perkins leading them. Cam is a player that can do it all for the Hatters, and what do you like about his game, Will Smosky?
Perkins is a 2-year captain and a 3-year varsity starter for the Hatters, and he is only in his junior season. He's averaging 15 points and 7 rebounds for the team this season. Perkins is coming off of a 14-point performance against Fairfield Ludlow, a game the Hatters dominated this weekend, winning 78-31. Perkins was an all-FCX second-team player last year in this game. Number 35, Cam Perkins, will have all eyes on him.
And on the Darien side of things, senior point guard Simeon Dahl has continued to shine for the Darien team, the main point scorer and the floor general for the Wave.
Dahl, a senior captain for the Blue Wave, has been the leading scorer for Darien the past 2 seasons and is one of the top scorers in the FCX this season, averaging 18 points per game. He was an all-FCX third-team player last year as a junior and is a guy that totally controls the pace of the game when he has the ball in his hands, and is able to truly take over at any moment with his school-level scoring ability. Dahl is a player that Danbury will have their hands full with tonight.
And now on to the keys to the game for tonight for Danbury. Will, what are their keys?
Braden, tonight the Hatters have to stay out of foul trouble first and foremost. They rely heavily on their starting 5, and against Fairfield Ward, when having to dip into that bench, they struggled a bit. Next, Danbury needs to shoot the 3 well. In their best games this year, their offense has been dependent on the 3-point shot, especially the corner 3, a shot they will need to hit tonight. Lastly, the Hatters must contain Simeon Dahl. He is a player to watch tonight for Darien for a reason. Quentin Chapman is the guy we will probably see matching up with Dahl tonight for Danbury. Chapman is a 6'5" forward with a 6'9" wingspan that has guarded the main options for opponents a lot this season for the Hatters. Dahl is one of the best scorers in this league and is coming off of a big 18-point performance against Wilton on Saturday afternoon. If he gets rolling early, the Hatters could be in for a long night.
And now what does Darien need to do to secure the win on this Tuesday night?
Darien has to close out on Danbury's shooters and not let them get into their offense, which, as mentioned, is centered around the 5-out set, then drive and kicks to the open shooters. The Wave also need to establish Austin Black's presence down low early on in this game, both offensively and defensively. He is a guy that has gotten better and better for the Wave down the stretch and has been a key part of this team's success. Last, and maybe most importantly in any basketball game, Darien needs to box out and not let Danbury get extra possessions from offensive rebounds. Those extra possessions can be extremely important at the end of a game in a high-stakes matchup like we have tonight, Braden.
It's going to be interesting. It's the Hatters and the Blue Wave coming right up after the national anthem. Tip-off between Darien and Danbury on the DAF Media Network. Number 23. as always, the rendition of the anthem. And as you pointed out, Will, no Michael Jordan here today, but the Alan Parsons Project blasting inside this Darien High School main gym. And it gets the fans riled up.
Absolutely, Braden. We have a nice crowd here at the Darien High School tonight to watch this big matchup between Danbury and Darien. This is going to be an exciting one for sure.
Teams are taking the court now. Danbury, they will be in their road blues with the orange numbering. Tonight, Darien in the home whites with the white numbering with the blue, very slight blue outline on it as we get ready between the Hatters and the Wave. Will be Quentin Chapman, the 6'5" forward for the Hatters, to take the opening tip. Up against him, the 6'3" Jake Hendrickson, one of only 3 juniors on this Darien team. Hendrickson and Chapman. The tip, and we are underway inside the Darien High School main gym.
Bit of a struggle here right off the bat to get the ball, but Danbury has successfully recovered it.
Down low with it, Jeffers. He'll be blocked by Barber.
Nice defense right off the bat there from Barber, limiting one of Danbury's big scorers, Jeffers.
Darien, their starting 5 for Sharoy Bentley, Isaac McMullen, Simeon Dahl, Davis Depp, Jack Barber, and Jake Hendrickson getting the nod from their head coach. And then for this Hatters team, as Dahl will go up and miss the layup.
Nice backdoor cut there. Good look from Simeon.
Chapman going coast to coast, can't quite get there. Nice rebound by Dahl, though. Or by Depp, rather. And whistle will be blown. Our first foul of the afternoon.
Looked like that was number 35, Cam Perkins, I believe.
Take another look at it. Dahl just goes up, draws the foul on Perkins.
Good strong take from Dahl there.
Dahl gets the first one to go. Darien first on the scoreboard. Senior captain, 17.7 points per game on the year, and drains both from the charity stripe.
Good start for Dahl there. Sometimes for these big scores, all you got to see is one shot fall, even if it's a free throw, and that can get you going early.
Dahl, the team's leader on free throws with 27 on the season. Here's Danbury looking to get some points of their own. Chapman now to Chapman. Perkins getting it right back to him. Nice defense by McMullen. Cutting. Laying it up is
nice
good,
cut.
is Butler.
We see Danbury putting a little bit of pressure on Darien early in this game. They're stepping back into a man.
My apologies, that was Nez Perkins with the basket, 23, not 22. But Butler was cheering for Perkins. Stolen by Perkins, but grabs it as Hendrickson. Good recovery, right back to McMullen.
Dahl looking for Hendrickson, can't really find him here.
Davis Depp being met with Kush Perkinsons. Dahl down low, and that one will be turned over.
Nice steal from Barber there. Just jump on it.
McMullen looking to transition it down to Hendrickson. He's got an open lane. Hendrickson goes up and gets the lucky roll.
Nice take from Hendrickson there. We saw a big game from him on Saturday afternoon against Wilton. He had a really big third quarter, and that helped solidify the Waves' victory against Wilton.
Hendrickson has scored 22 in the past 2 games, 10 against Bridgeport Central, 12 against the Warriors, off of Danbury. Possession of Darien, off of Perkins, and a good play by Isaac McMullen.
McMullen showing early. He is going to make an impact defensively in this game, certainly. Active hands there.
4-2 Darien leads. Dahl across the halfway point. McMullen losing that one to Perkins. Good pass to Jeffers. Jeffers trips on and can't quite get it.
Looked like Jeffers was looking for a foul there. Didn't get it as the Waves come back down on offense.
McMullen again being met with Kush Perkins. Dishing it out. Isaac now right back into the
Nice
corner
pass.
for 3. Just off the mark from Depp. Good
Big
rebound.
offensive rebound.
Dahl will try, and he gets it to go. Simeon Dahl from behind the arc.
Good start for the Wave here, up early 7-2. Coming out in a bit of a press here, putting pressure on the ball.
Defense chance ensuing. Here's Perkins, Nez Perkins, dishing this one out to Jeffers. Cam Perkins, foul called, and a pretty clear foul for our officiating crew. At least I would say so.
I would agree there. I would say that the refs letting the guys play a little bit so far early on in this game, Braden. Something you like to see. A lot of active hands on defense.
Good officiating crew on hand today. Lou DeMeo, John Incesta, Tom Brown, our 3 officials. Perkins into the corner to Jeffers. Down low, recovered by Perkins. 3 Perkins on the court. Kush, Nez, and Cam Cousins. Quentin Chapman now to Jeffers for 3. Money.
All net there.
Quentin Jeffers, or Christian Jeffers, my apologies, the 3 ball. He had a team-high 18 against the Ludlow Falcons over the weekends. Driving in, Hendrickson can't quite get it.
Good take from Hendrickson there. Saw a bit of an opening, attacked it.
Perkins in the corner, finding his way to number 35, Cam Perkins, our player to watch.
Danbury in that 5-out set early on, looking for those drives.
Jumper no good from 23, Perkins. Nice rebound of the Wave. Halfway through this opening quarter. McMullen back on offense. Using the handles. Into the paint. Throws this one up, off the backboard, gets it to go.
The bank is open early on in this game for McMullen.
Using the speed is Perkins. One nice move, the Euro step.
Nice move.
Nez Perkins with another basket. He's got 4 of Danbury's 7. Depp, the top of the key, be met with Cam Perkins, the 6'4 junior. Hendrickson at the post now, right back to McMullen. Foul will be called. Just
Couldn't
reaching
quite tell
in
who that was on.
is Chapman. Darien off to good start, shooting 50%. Danbury actually 60%, shooting just as good as the Wave.
First subs of the day for the Wave. Galoo and Black checking in for Hendrickson and Barber. Galoo and Black, 2 big scoring options for the Wave.
So it took us to the 2:52 mark in this opening quarter, but both teams will now dig into the bench a bit. Nice move there, can't quite getting it is Simeon Dahl off the foot of Depp. Possession staying with the Hatters.
As Dahl checked out there, Hendrickson re-enters.
Risky pass there, grabbed by Leroy. Fresh off the bench for the Hatters. 3 ball in the corner. No good off the hand of Jeffers.
Board from Galoo.
Cutting is Hendrickson. He'll go up, get the rebound. Off the backboard, no good. Gets his own rebound. Hendrickson, second chance, met with the block of Leroy.
Danbury looking for 2 different travels on that possession. Didn't get it, leading to Hendrickson free throws.
So Hendrickson draws the foul. He'll now shoot 2. Jake 5th on this Darien team in free throws, averaging 7.5 points a game. This is the first. Hendrickson, he had 12 over the weekend, as we mentioned, against the Wilton Warriors. Puts the shot up, and he gets the second one to go. 50% from the line for Hendrickson. That's a pretty good trip.
Darien coming out of their press early. Looks like they might be in a 1-3-1 or maybe a 1-2-2. I'm not quite sure.
Hendrickson, ooh, that's not what you want to see. Some collision on that. Hendrickson is going to go down to the court. A collision between him and Leroy. Substitutions from both sides. Perkins will check out. In his place comes number 14, Joran Sharil. And for Darien, Brenton Dolan checks in. Yeah, not what you like to see on Hendrickson. He appears to be okay. Got off the quarter in his own will. Leroy in the corner to Perkins. Handing it off to Christian Jeffers. Jeffers now driving off the backboard and one.
Nice finish. Really nice finish from Jeffers there. Playing hard through the contact on Black. Thought pretty good defense from Black there. Just better offense from Jeffers.
Foul against Austin Black. Jeffers will look to complete the old-fashioned three-point play, the senior forward. Can't quite get it. Rebounded all. Simeon Dahl now being met with Sherrill. Down low to Black. Blocked by Perkins.
Block.
Jeffers now, the point guard on this Hatters team. A game that Danbury has not led yet. Looking to change that.
Darien back into a man right here. Got the mismatch they want with Jeffers being guarded by Dahl.
Making it look easy out there. And Danbury's got their first lead of the night. Pass there to McMullen. He's got some room. Down low, through some traffic. Blocked by Jeffers.
Big block from Jeffers there. Looked like Black might have been going for the slam.
Jeffers just got all of the ball on that one. And then Black will get a block
right
of his
back
own.
at you from Black. Nice block.
McMullen going to dribble around. To Galoo for three. Just short. Going the other way. Handing this one off to Jeffers. And one.
All of a sudden, Danbury taking the three-point lead here. Could be four.
A good feed from Perkins and a good finish by Jeffers, as Christian Jeffers will go back to the line for the three-point play. Just 40 seconds left in this opening quarter. Jake Fiorita checking in for the Hatters, as well as Edward Kufar. Leaves it short.
Off the front rim both times for Jeffers from the line.
Three ball, in and out from Galoo. "20 seconds to work. Danbury looking to add one more score. They lead by 3. Fiorita. This is actually Sherrill, my apologies. Now Christian Jeffers has the height on McMullen, dishing it out. 5 seconds. Risky pass grabbed by Leroy. Leroy going up. Can't quite get it. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter.
Good defense on that last possession from Darien.
At the end of the first quarter, Danbury leads Darien 13-10. You're watching the DAF Media Network. We're going to step aside and be right back. We're back on the DAF Media Network. After one, Danbury leads Darien 13-10. Looking at the series history since 2005, it's been a close one, but Danbury has the upper edge, 12-7. We mentioned last year they played at Danbury, and the Wave won 55-54 off of a buzzer beater. And believe it or not, Will, Darien has taken the last 2 meetings in this series. The last time the Hatters got the best of the Wave was all the way back in 2020, also at Danbury. And the last 3 times this game has been played at Danbury. First time since 2019 it returns inside the friendly confines of Darien High School main gym.
Wow, that's very interesting. I thought that most years teams alternate their games for home and away. So 3 years in a row at Danbury. I'm sure the Wave are happy to get this game back at home now.
Play resumes. Darien, Simeon Dahl. To Riley Galoo now. Galoo for 3. In and out. Grabbed by Dahl.
Good board from Dahl. Darien with 2 offensive rebounds early on in this game.
Dahl's second chance points, not good. Here's Danbury, Leroy. Now off to Sharil. Kufar.
Active
Turnover.
Hands.
Depp.
Darien ball.
And look at that. Davis Depp getting in the heart of the action, picking up the possession for the Wave.
Darien early on in this game in the passing lanes for Danbury, making it difficult for them to get a lot of flow on offense. 9 points from Jeffers already, but it's a lot of isolation.
Only the second turnover on the Hatters, but Darien's looking to capitalize it. Simeon Dahl's got 5 points. Brenton Dolan behind the arc. He's going to look to get past Kufar. Dolan driving. Charge called. So Dolan will pick up his first foul, team number 5.
Not sure who took that charge, but that's a heads-up play, stepping in there.
So Dolan will check out. In his place comes McMullen. 13-10, Danbury leads Darien. Jaden Leroy over to Sharil. Crowd now shaking the
This
place.
gym's getting loud, Braden.
Kufar to Leroy in the corner. Risky pass grab by Jeffers. The non-Perkins lineup, if you will, for Danbury. And Barber will get the turnover. Good cause turnover by Barber.
Nice
McMullen
pass,
in transition. Dahl driving. Lays that one a little too much on it. Barber can't grab the rebounds.
Couple missed layups early on for the Wave. Sure, Dahl would like to have that one back.
Jeffers dishing out to Fiorita for 3. In and out. Rebound to Barber.
Looking to run here. McMullen got that one to go.
Nice play by Isaac McMullen. He's now got 4 on the night. And Darien cuts it to a 1-point lead. Risky pass there, grabbed by Sharil. Leroy through some traffic
in the lane again. That time Galoo.
Turned over. A good heads-up play by the Wave. The Hatters have yet to score in this second quarter. We knew coming into it, Will, this is a team that strives in the first 8 minutes and finishes well in the final 8 minutes. But the second 2 quarters kind of iffy for the Hatters this season.
Nice move from Dahl.
Dahl reverse layup.
Little bit of English on that one. The jelly layup.
This Danbury lineup getting tired out there. Leroy over to Sharil. Kufar will touch it. To the big man Jeffers, 6'5", and he looks it.
Look at, wow, Galoo, man.
Galoo falls to the
Playing
ground.
hard.
Jeffers now in the corner. And blocking foul.
Block called on Barber. Looking for the charge there, but didn't quite get it. Galoo is not afraid of anybody, and that has been made clear early on. Right up close and personal with Jeffers on that play, the much bigger player. Jeffers standing at, I believe, 6'5".
Are they in bonus yet? I'm not sure.
6 on Darien.
It looks like Danbury's lining up. Yeah, no, they're going to reassess it. I'm not sure why they were going to give Danbury the shots, even though it's only the 6th foul against the Wave this half. Not quite in bonus.
Darien making it really difficult early on in this game for Danbury to get anything going on offense. Jeffers comes out here. Chapman re-enters the game.
2 ball from Jeffers. No good. Rebound to Black.
Good board. Really good box out from Davis Depp, too.
Turned over.
Galoo looking for the extra pass there. Nice move.
That one is good from Nez Perkins. Davis Depp slowing it down. Over to Galoo. Galoo wide open. Throws this one down low to Black. Using the height and just laying it in.
That's a really good pass. Had the open 3. The guy came out to guard him. Found Black open down low.
Kush Perkins now, the senior. Over to Sherrill. Nice pick from Chapman. Perkins makes a move, dishes it out. And laying that one in is number 2, Quentin Chapman. The back and forth battle continues. Galoo.
Galoo had Black there for a second, but it was quickly taken away. Danbury back into man defense.
Down low,
Black
and
open
one.
early.
Austin Black gets the basket and will go to the line for the three-point play. You take another look at it. A great pass from Depp. Foul against Chapman, and Austin Black capitalizes on the and one.
Really good footwork from Black there. You see him take that drop step, seal his man off, get a clean look at the hoop. His man has no choice but to foul him in hopes of contesting the shot or letting him get a free layup as he finishes the three-point play. Chapman checks out number 11. Amir Clemens checks in for him, his first minutes of the day.
Clemens, the senior on this Hatters team, throws it down low to Clemens. No good. The putback from Perkins is also no good. Throwing this one
Got
down low.
Black again.
Black, just a little too much power on it. Austin Black was looking to be gentle with it and instead overshot it. Clemens, right back over to Perkins. Pick from Cam Perkins. Now to Clemens, the layup is good. (19-19). Late in the second quarter, nice move by McMullen. Isaac being guarded by Perkins. Right back over to Dahl. Davis Depp now getting the touch, being guarded by Cam Perkins. Down low to Black, using Dahl. And McMullen keeps it alive. Nice move. Right back to Black. The ball movement from Darien has been impeccable. Black can't get that one to go.
Black went up strong. He's looking for a foul.
Coast to coast, and one. Kush Perkins, a beautiful move.
Coach Sheroy Bentley pleading his case with the referee there. Looked like Black was standing straight up. Clipped him on the leg, though.
Foul against Austin Black.
Is that his third?
Believe so.
That's a really tough foul to pick up there. He's provided a lot of offense for the Wave very quickly as he goes back to the bench. Full court pass. Nice pass.
Dahl spinning around, and he gets it off the glass.
Nice move.
(22-21), Danbury leads. Braden Shank, Will Smosky with you. So glad you can be with us on the DAF Media Network. As Perkins. Risky pass there, turned over. Hendrickson to Depp.
Darien had numbers there.
And turned over to Clemens. Amir Clemens, nice Euro step. Leaves it short.
Hendrickson, is open down low.
Hendrickson off the glass. Doesn't get a good bounce.
A lot of pace right now, a little bit sloppy, a couple missed layups.
Cam Perkins, the spin move. He leaves it short.
Wow. Did somebody block that? Or was that just off the bottom of the hoop?
I think it was the iron that blocked him.
That'll happen.
Under a minute left. 12-9, Darien leads in the rebound game. And a game that has been pretty evenly matched in the first 16 minutes. Hendrickson out to Galoo. Thought about the shot. Instead, we'll slow it down.
Looks like Darien might be waiting for the last shot here unless they get a good look.
No shot clock, so they could theoretically do so. Dahl slows it down, gets the jumper.
Hard drive from Dahl there to his weak hand, his right, but hard to stop him from either side.
Kush Perkins. He has 20 to work.
This gym is getting loud. Once again, Darien back in the lead.
10 seconds. Nez Perkins gets a pick, throws this one up, and the foul will be called. Foul against Jake Hendrickson, his third. Team number 7, even though it doesn't matter with only 3 seconds left. So Darien in a little bit of some foul trouble early on. 2 shots coming for number 23, Nez Perkins. Drains the first. Nez had 7 over the weekend against Fairfield Ludlow, including going 1 for 3 from the free throw line. Drains the first. Tied at 23 now. Looking to give Danbury the lead. And he makes it. 3 seconds. McMullen. 2 seconds. No foul called on McMullen. Gets up the shot.
Got it off.
Oh, and he just puts it to the right. That would have been something if McMullen banked that in, especially after getting pushed to the ground. Couldn't quite do so. Danbury leads Darien 24-23. Will, what'd you see in this first half?
Braden, both teams played a pretty good game in this first half. A little bit of foul trouble from Darien. We saw Danbury come out in their 5-out set, really work the isolation. Darien, on the other hand, a lot of backdoor cuts. Austin Black, his presence was felt early on in this game. He scored quite a few points quickly. He has 5 right now. Dahl has 11 for Darien. Both teams a pretty good first half.
It is indeed Danbury with the 1-point lead. Will, we didn't know coming in today if Darien was going to be able to hang with Danbury or not. And so far in this first half, Darien has thrown the records completely out the window and played Danbury extremely tough. And it's been one great game to watch so far.
Absolutely, Braden. Darien has made it very clear that it's not going to be easy for the Hatters this game. Danbury, probably the biggest team in the FCAC size-wise. And Darien, not a very small team themselves. They're probably bigger than most teams they play, but Danbury, you know, their big men are really feeling the presence of Darien's smaller guards, Galoo and McMullen, early on in this game. And Darien is also in all of Danbury's passing lanes, making it very difficult for them to get a lot of offense flowing.
24-23, Danbury leads Darien. You're watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We're going to step aside when we return. Second half action between the Hatters and the Wave.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. we provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is the town's ambulance service. We respond to over 1,600 emergency calls a year. We're a vital service that has been here for 51 years. The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. You don't know how important an ambulance is until you actually need it. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared, to be well-trained and well-staffed, to respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you need it.
The Darien Foundation is really excited to be able to launch a new program for the Darien schools, which will benefit students K through 12 in all 7 schools. This is the new robotics program, which will be an extracurricular opportunity for students to build robots, compete against other leagues, and collaborate together.
Our robotics program is going to benefit students in so many ways. In regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and the offer to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continuing to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England, all made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source.
Back on the DAF Media Network, awaiting the start of the second half, taking a look at our first half stats, in which the Hatters lead the Wave by 1. Pretty even. Danbury leading the field goal percentage 48-39. The big one, though, 3-point field goal percentage. Neither team has been able to shoot the ball from behind the arc tonight.
That's right, Braden. And, you know, the Wave, contrastingly to Danbury, have had some pretty good looks. Galoo missed 2 from this near side to us and another from the other wing, but those shots were looking good. Darien and Danbury both need to just keep shooting the 3. They're going to start to fall eventually.
They will indeed. And what do you think Darien needs to do coming into the second half so that they can avoid another situation like Fairfield Ludlow?
Definitely need to try to stay out of foul trouble. Hendrickson and Black with 3 fouls each. That is a difficult thing to overcome, foul trouble as always. And keep finding the backdoor cuts. They've been there throughout the day. As we are off here in the second half, Danbury going the opposite way now.
Danbury in their road blue jerseys, as you alluded to. Will going up is Jeffers, and he gets the early points.
It's a nice strong take from Jeffers there.
Jeffers now has 11 on the game. But as we were saying, Danbury in their road blues with the orange numbering, moving from right to left on your screen. Darien in the home whites in the white numbers, moving from left to right. Foul called against number 2, Quentin Chapman, his 3rd, team number 1st of the half. And Pat's got to clear that off the scoreboard.
Danbury's press has not been all that effective. It puts a little bit of pressure on the ball early on, but Darien has broken it pretty quickly, and that's how Black got his points so quickly when he had his minutes early on in this game.
Darien trailing by 3 now. Braden Shank, Will Smosky with you. So glad you can be with us on the DAF Media Network. Down low and to nobody. Turned over. Hatters looking to continue their lead. Perkins right back to Perkins.
Nice block from Black there.
Barber in transition. After the block from Black, Austin Black has the height and he uses it well. 6'6", 3-ball from Dahl. In and out, rebound to Black.
Too strong there. Barber going up. Looked like he might have been hit there.
Nonetheless, Danbury will set back up on the offense. Driving there, dishing this one off. Jeffers from behind the arc.
That's no good there.
Looking to bank it, and foul will be called, going the other way.
Yeah, there was a bit of a tie-up there.
And now it's actually going to Danbury. So the foul call against Barber, I could have swore the referee's signal was going down.
It looked like he corrected himself there. There was a lot of contact from all over the place. Darien having 3 guys there didn't help him out.
Down low in the corner. Chapman winds up for 3. It's good. Quentin Chapman, the 3-ball, and Danbury extends its lead.
Danbury off to a quick start here.
Hatters on a 5-0 scoring run in this second half. Give and go to McMullen. Right back to Depp. And turned over. Not what you want to see for the Wave. Jeffers, spin move.
Nice
stolen
active hand from McMullen there.
And that's a good job by Darien to get back on the D, put the turnover behind them. Depp, nice move by Dahl. Right back to Depp. Davis is going to drive. Dishes off to Black. Through some traffic. And one.
Strong take from Black there. Really nice finish.
Cam Perkins picks up his 2nd foul, and Austin Black going to the line to complete the 3-point play. He's got 7 tonight. Make it 8. Darien hanging around Danbury. Taking it up is number 23, Nez Perkins. Now Koosh Perkins. As we mentioned, Cousins. Spin move down low. Jeffers gets it to go.
Darien has had no answer for Jeffers all day. Just seems like every shot he's taking is falling.
Jeffers had 20 against the Staples Wreckers. He has 13 in the early goings tonight. 9 in the first quarter. 8 seconds. Called against the Wave. And that's just not heads-up basketball from Darien.
Right.
Got to get it across that halfway court, or halfway point. As Perkins, what a Koosh Perkins now. $13 points for Jeffers. Perkins spinning it around. Cam Perkins for 2. Makes it look easy out there.
I think the refs definitely missed a travel there on Perkins.
Darien needs to get it across. They avoid the 8 seconds. Head coach Casey Bach playing more aggressive in this second half. Dahl feeding it out to Depp. Blocking foul against number 23, Nez Perkins.
Galoo checks in for Barber here.
4:34 left in the third quarter. Darien trailing by 9, or by 6 now. Actually 7. Number 14, Jaran Sharil, is just too late. He'll get sent back to the bench. Darien's going to get it under the hoop with Riley Galoo. 9-5, Danbury's outscored Darien in this third quarter. McMullen. Spin move by Dahl. Leaves it short. Black with the rebound and turns it over. Going the other way is Perkins. Foul on the floor. And I guess that's a positive for Darien. They're not going to be shooting free throws.
Right, Austin. Sorry, excuse me, Braden.
Call me Austin? Wow, I see how it is.
Austin on the court. Hendrickson seems to be healthy enough to continue playing as he re-enters. So that's good to see.
Black picks up his third, unfortunately. Going up and getting it is Cam Perkins.
That was just a bit of a miscommunication there from the Wave. In his zone.
Timeout will be taken by Sharoy Bentley and the Wave. And this has just not been the third quarter for Darien. Outscored 11-3 by the Hatters. Will, what does Darien need to do differently?
On offense, they're getting solid looks. It's been difficult to get it over these big physical Danbury players. And then defensively, Jeffers has really been a problem. Seems like everything he takes is an open shot. It's just fine in the bottom of the net every single time. If they figure that out, they can definitely climb back into this game. We saw them hang around the entire first half and actually control quite a bit of it. So nothing is out of the question here for a comeback for the Blue Wave.
Christian Jeffers leads the scorers tonight with 13 points. Darien's top scorer, Simeon Dahl, with 11 to his cause. And Darien, they're looking to claw back into this game down by 9. We talked about it repeatedly. Darien was going to go into the halftime locker room. They couldn't come out slow, which so far they have only 3 points in this third quarter. Again, against Fairfield Ludlow, they went into the locker room up by 9 and lost that game by 18. And Darien now in a potential must-win situation to hold that FCAC playoff spot. You can't be having this in the third quarter.
Absolutely not. And another thing just to look at as I look at the numbers, Dahl has not scored yet in the third quarter. Need to get him going if you want to mount a comeback.
Teams take the court once again after the first timeout of the night. Galoo will inbound it for the Wave. Riley Galoo over to Depp. Right back to Galoo. He takes it across the midway point. Galoo once again now to Depp. Darien needing some points. The 3 ball from Depp. In and out. Grabbed by McMullen.
Rebound from McMullen.
Dahl from the corner. It's good.
That's a great shot from Dahl. Best time to shoot a 3 is after an offensive rebound.
Simeon Dahl gets on the board with his first points of the half. Danbury using the speed. Dishing this one off to Perkins. And Cam Perkins finishes.
Darien with a very athletic lineup. A lot of smaller guys. looking to drive past these Danbury defenders.
Simeon Dahl. Spin move, throws this one up, no good. Rebound to Perkins. Perkins, what a move. Cam Perkins continuing to dominate. Missed shot there, second chance from Hendrickson. He gets it to go.
Darien got to get back on defense. There's just so much open space.
And once again, Nez Perkins using it to his advantage for the 2 points. Danbury's making it look easy out there as they extend the lead to 10.
Darien there just not hustling back on defense. That cannot happen. Little bit of frustration here.
Davis Depp now. Over to McMullen. Dahl thought about it. He's going to dish it to the corner for Galoo. He takes the three and drains it.
Big shot, Riley.
I don't think anybody calls him that.
Was not referring to a nickname there, just saying that was a big shot. Getting it back to single digits.
Jumper by Chapman, no good.
From Hendrickson. Playing strong with the basketball there as he was swamped by Danbury defenders.
Dahl keeps it alive in the corner, being double teamed, and will just smartly throw it off of Perkins. Dolan and Barber checking in for the Wave in the places of Hendrickson and Depp. Dahl gets that one to go.
Really nice take there from Dahl once again. It's a long pass.
Handing this one off, McMullen gets in the way. Kickball against Isaac.
Is that what was called?
I mean, there's nothing you can do if you're Isaac. The ball was thrown to your feet.
I'm not sure that that's I didn't have a great angle of it, but it looked like it was kind of just a steal and he fell on it. As Black will check back in for Dahl here.
Nonetheless, inbound. Throws this one out.
Jeffers going at Barber.
That's going to be a travel.
Good defense from Barber there. Making Jeffers work for every single step.
The referees call that one on Jeffers, the turnover, giving it to the Wave. They're looking to continue their run, down by 5. Galoo. He's got to get
a lot of hands.
Galoo now's got a lane. He gets the layup.
Wide open.
Heads up play by Riley Galoo, finding the opportunity and capitalizing.
All of a sudden a 3-point game, Braden. This crowd getting back into it.
Perkins to Fiorita.
No relation to John Fiorita of last year's, one of the Waves captains last year.
Perkins right back off to Jeffers.
Good move.
Jeffers.
Good
Can't
block.
get that
wow.
one.
Dolan stepping in there.
McMullen now going the other way in the corner. Galoo for 3. In and out. Barber is going to keep it here. Good box out by Jack Barber.
Here comes Dahl back into the game. Checking in for Dolan.
.34 seconds for Darien to work. Riley Galoo inbounds it. He's looking for something. Over to Dahl. Risky pass to Barber, was wide open. Didn't think about shooting. Hands it off to McMullen.
Kick ball.
Isaac, you can tell he was a little frustrated the kickball was called against him, so I guess retaliating with it against Danbury.
A little bit there, showing a little bit of emotion.
21.6 left in this third quarter. McMullen.
Nothing really there.
High pass, grabbed by Dahl. Dahl's got to watch that back foot. He does. 16 seconds. Tight defense by Sharil.
Yeah.
Foul called. If you're Danbury, that's a foul. You're fine giving. Slowing down this Darien attack. 15 seconds left.
believe this is an 8-0 run for Darien, right?
I believe so. That sounds right. Yes, it was, because it was 41-31. McMullen. Risky pass grab by Black.
Finds Black.
Oh, and officials timeout. Looked like Sherrill might have gotten poked in the eye. Sherrill gets up. He's fine. No call on it, so Darien will inbound yet again with 12 seconds left.
This time from the baseline.
12.4 ticks on the clock. Pass to Galoo, and he will be pushed back court.
That's a foul. That's a bad call from the ref. He was right up in his face, didn't give him space to land.
So Kufar pushes Galoo back court, and that's not what you like to see if you're Darien. A long, drawn-out possession, but you can't finish with the basket.
Yeah, 30-second long possession just for a turnover is nothing you want to see.
Now Darien needs to play the defense. In the corner, Perkins for three. It's good. And Danbury shifts the momentum in their favor. The steal, and that one won't go for Sherrill, but Danbury is happy with the end of that. They lead by 6 now. And what a change in events, Will.
Absolutely, Darien, a lot of momentum going on that 8-0 run, then really struggling to get the ball inbounds from under the hoop. 30 seconds of time wasted throughout those couple possessions. I believe it was 3. And then inbounding from the baseline, a little bit of trouble once again. Galoo just stepping back court, looked like he was probably fouled, but it turns into 3 points for Danbury, extending their lead to 6.
A lead for Danbury that they have controlled for a majority of this second half. They got off to the hot start, 20-15. They outscored the Wave in that half, but again, it was 41-31 at one point until Darien scored 7 unanswered, cutting it down to 41-38. And again, not the possession Troy Bentley was looking for, but there's still 8 minutes left on the clock. And Will, what does Darien need to do?
Right, they got to keep doing what they are doing on offense and continue to just really, they got to get back on defense. A couple just, that's all it is in basketball. It's a game of runs. And Darien defensively took a couple plays off, not getting back, not hustling back, and just free lanes to the hoop for Danbury. That's what led to that big lead for them.
Now looking at Darien's upcoming schedule, down the home stretch, New Canaan, Greenwich, Stanford, Richfield, Staples, the remaining games. That game Friday will be seen on the DAF Media Network when Darien takes on the New Canaan Rams. I'll be back for that one. I think you'll be in the student section.
Absolutely. That's going to be a really big game for Darien, expecting a massive crowd. Darien, New Canaan, it always delivers, no matter the sport. Darien, really tough schedule. Really, really tough to end this year. So picking up a win tonight would be massive for the Blue Wave.
Jeffers currently out. Darien will need to capitalize on this. Galoo up high to Black, through some traffic. Possession staying with the Wave.
Really athletic play there from, I can't quite see who that was, number 10, Jake Fiorita. Jumping with the much bigger Black.
Off of a Darien player, possession going to Danbury. Again, the careless turnovers against Darien, and it's going to come back to cost them.
It's killing them right now.
Kufar now. Jumper. No good. Rebound to depth. Or to Barber, rather. Simeon Dahl into the key. Throws this one off, and it will be turned over. McMullen, the 2-on-1 rush for the Hatters. Good pass there, Kufar. And one. What a play from Edward Kufar.
What a swing of events.
And it's an 8-point lead now. Darien got it to a 1-possession game, and then the Hatters surged away. Kufar, the 3-point play. Again, Will, we said it in the open. Danbury's going to play a tough fourth quarter. Darien has to be ready. Pass over to Barber. They need to get some points, and they need them fast, down by 9 now. Risky pass.
They got to get it past half. That's a foul.
And for Cam Perkins, that's his 3rd on the night. 11 points for Cam. That's a guy you don't want to get into foul trouble. Head coach Casey Bach just telling him, be heads up out there. Can't be committing those careless fouls. Braden Shank, Will Smosky with you. So glad you can be with us on the DAF Media Network. Tuesday night, varsity boys hoops between the Wave and the Hatters. You're watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation.
Darien needs a bucket here.
Dahl.
Good rebound from Black again. Black is on the floor. I'm not sure how there was no foul called there. And now that's a...
What's the call on that?
I have no idea.
Timeout Danbury is what they're going to call, I believe.
Do we have a replay on that, or?
Yeah, do we have a replay on that?
That was quite the chain of events.
I don't think so. I'm not really sure what happened. Darien took a couple shots, and I'm still not really sure what happened.
Looked like every possible violation on Danbury on that play, and somehow they end up with the ball. But Darien got to keep playing hard. That was a pretty good possession for them.
47-38, Danbury leads Darien on the DAF Media Network. So the possession's going to stay with the Wave, which is a good thing, but they need a score here, Will.
Yes, they do. They need a stop and a score.
Actually, it's ball to Danbury. So Darien somehow called the timeout without possession.
I think the timeout was charged to Danbury. Maybe it was.
Oh, that's right. That is right. Foul called against the Wave. And that will send number 14.
Black? Barber or Black, I'm not sure.
Nonetheless, Sherrill to the line, shooting 2. Extending the Danbury lead to 10.
Danbury has hit their free throws.
And 11 makes both from the line. 5-0, Danbury has started this fourth quarter. Simeon Dahl off to Galoo. Pick from Black. Galoo, a wide 3. No good. And there's Riley
Nice
Galoo with
play
the steal.
by Galoo.
Nobody in sight. Galoo, foul called. And now Riley Galoo to the charity stripe for 2 points.
That's the guy Darien wants on the line. Best free throw shooter on the team.
Actually, according to the stats, the second best free throw shooter on the team. Dahl, the best.
Interesting.
Dahl, 27 made free throws. Galoo at 21 entering play. Nonetheless, we just jinxed him as Galoo misses the first.
Should have knocked on wood.
Probably should have.
Here comes Hendrickson. Let's see if he gets back in time. He does not.
Galoo makes the second, and then Hendrickson will check in. Timeout taken by Sharoy Bentley. So you have 4 timeouts. You might as well start using them. 5:57 left to play in regulation. Danbury leads Darien by 10. We're going to step aside on the DAF Media Network and be right back. Players take back to the court. Danbury leading Darien by 10 on the DAF Media Network. Darien needing some points, and they need them fast if they want to try to defend their home court.
Right, they definitely need points fast, but no need to rush here. Still 6 minutes left in this game.
For 3.
That's a lot of time.
It's good. Sherrill.
Only a 2. Foot was on the line there.
Oh, foot was on the line. Didn't see that coming.
Danbury
Down
goes
low
to a 2-3, and Darien picks it apart immediately, finding Black for the open layup. Open shooter in the corner.
Again made by Kufar.
Danbury feels like they can't miss right now.
Danbury as a team shooting 60% from the field tonight. Wow.
That's a crazy number, Braden.
Simeon Dahl. That's going to be a charge. And not what Darien likes to see. Their 5th team foul. Dahl's first.
Darien stays in the press.
In a 13-point game, it's really what you don't want. Fiorita dishing this one out. Winding up is Fiorita for 3, in and out. Rebound grab by Dahl. Risky pass through some traffic. The rebound is good for Danbury.
All of a sudden, 15-point game.
Well, when you get outscored 12-3 in the 4th quarter, that's what's going to happen.
These points have come really quickly for Danbury. It's been a lot of easy buckets, too.
Galoo winds up for 3. It's good.
Maybe that'll get him going. That's his first 3 of the night.
Actually, his second.
Second 3 of the night.
Has 9 now. Fiorita in the corner. Open now to the open man. Sherrill, the jumper. No good. Gets his own rebound.
Darien got to box out. We said it before the game.
And Fiorita makes it.
Danbury's continuing to capitalize on these second possessions.
Isaac McMullen taking the ball up for the Wave. Spinning around on it. Foul called. 2 shots will be awarded. Foul against number 3, Kush Perkins. And McMullen now 2 big free throws for the Wave. McMullen can't quite get the first one. Lucky you get a second shot.
Depp will check in here for Dahl.
And McMullen makes the second.
Dolan will check in for the shooter, Isaac McMullen.
Darien's going to go back to the press defense. Over to Fiorita. And Danbury, they are in no rush whatsoever with 3:35 left to play. Down low to Perkins. Nice move. Throws it up. Can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound blocked by Hendrickson. 3rd try is good. Kush Perkins. We talked about it in the open, Will. You couldn't give Danbury the opportunities because they will capitalize at some point. That's exactly what Kush Perkins does right there, picking up his 10 points on the night. 3 ball off.
Danbury's too good of a team to be giving second chance opportunities and open layups to.
And Kufar going the other way with the layup. $18 points for the Hatters in this 4th quarter. And overshooting Black. Darien might have hit the maximum stamina out there. Starting to cool down.
That's what it looks like right now, Braden, as McMullen checks back into the game, this time for Galoo. And Dahl will check in for Depp.
.245 left to play in regulation. And that's staying with Danbury.
Herget will check in for his first minutes of the game now. Looks to be for Hendrickson. He's not even off the court yet, and they just...
Danbury with the turnover. Herget in the corner. And...
I don't know how you can make that foul call. He just happens to be standing there. That's... They call Herget for...
Just standing there? Is that what the foul's on?
He's just making a pass. That's just... I believe that goes down as a charge, but that's not a good call.
62-45. Danbury leads Darien, and I'm at a loss of words right now, Will. This was a game that Darien came out firing, was down by 1 at halftime, and they've just fallen apart in this second half.
Right, Braden. It definitely doesn't feel like a 45-62 game. It feels a whole lot closer still with all the intensity that Darien is playing with, but it's getting late really quickly. And one of the problems in the FCAC, and it'll go away next year with the addition of the shot clock, is that teams can just run out the clock. And we saw it against Trumbull. We saw it against Fairfield-Ludlow late in that game. Teams are in no rush to take a shot. They can just run the clock for as long as they want. Fairfield-Ward did it as well.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. And again, as you mentioned, the last winter in the state of Connecticut with no shot clock, the 30-second clock coming to both the boys and girls game next year.
Really is interesting that that wasn't a rule earlier. You go to all other levels of basketball in the state, and there's a shot clock.
Going up there, grabbed by
physical rebound from Herget.
Herget, and
again,
pretty sure that hit off of
Dolan's
somebody.
on the floor. It's a lot of contact everywhere.
McMullen can't quite grab it. Rebound to Kufar.
Dolan with the steal. Dahl goes up, is fouled.
So Simeon Dahl will go to the line shooting 2. Kufar called for the foul. And chances of Darien coming back in this one might be slim with only 2 minutes left to play, trailing by 17, make it 16.
Right. Starts with these free throws if they want to do it, but it's going to take a whole lot of mistakes from Danbury and a lot of really good basketball from the Wave. Can't get the second free throw to fall. That's
Nonetheless, here's the Hatters spinning around as Perkins. Foul called. And that will put Danbury in the bonus.
no let up from Darien here. Still playing with loads of intensity right now. You would think that it is a 3-point game.
First one made by Cush Perkins. And he gets the second one to go. And it's now an 18-point Danbury lead. Dahl, the jumper, leaves it short.
Rebound for, can't quite tell.
Perkins now right back out to Sherrill. He's got to get it across. Risky pass grab by Cam Perkins. And Danbury's just going to slow it down. They're not looking to shoot the ball. Minute 20 left. Dribbling around is the senior.
Minute 30 is a lot of time to milk.
Danbury, a senior-heavy team, going up. Fiorita will draw the foul. And loss of energy on this Darien team.
Right.
And
you see, they still want it. They're still playing hard, but like you said, a lot of energy lost.
So Austin Black has fouled out. He'll finish his night with 10 points.
Really good game from Black. A couple of fouls called on him early on in this game. Really limited his time on the court, but 10 points in 18 minutes that's an impressive stat line.
McBride will check in the place of Black. Ovation given to Black as he checks out. Fiorita makes the first. And looking to make it a 20-point game now. Can't quite do so off the back iron. Grabbed by McBride, fresh off the bench. Simeon Dahl, and that's staying with the Wave. Minute 04 left to play.
Tate Haggerty will get his first minutes of the game. Checking in for Dahl here.
Dahl, they're about now Dolan. In the corner to McMullen. 3 ball for Herget. No good. Haggerty getting the rebound. He's going up, second chance. Points, and he gets them. That's what you like to see if you're Tate Haggerty. Putting points on his name, up to 5 points on the season now. Only the 9th game he's played in the campaign.
Checking in ice cold, quick bucket.
And Kufar going the other way with 2 more. Dolan.
Up ahead to Dolan.
Oh, nope.
Can't finish.
Good try, though. 25 seconds left.
Looks like
and
Danbury's just going to run out the clock here.
they will indeed throw this one down to Kufar. 20 seconds left. And it's looking like the Danbury Hatters will come out of Darien with a victory. 67-48, the final.
This would be a good bus ride back to Danbury for them. All good moods on that bus.
67-48, the final inside the Darien High School main gym. It was a close game going into halftime, but Darien just couldn't keep up the intensity in the second half. Got outscored 43-25 in the second half, and the Hatters will move to 13-2 on the season, 8-2 in the conference, and they will be heading back to Danbury, to your point. Very happy.
Absolutely, Braden. And if you look at this game for Darien, you know, obviously a very rough second half, being outscored 43-25. You know, that's they might be running a couple extra sprints in practice, not because of mistakes they made necessarily, but they just ran out of energy. It was that simple. They got into the half down by what, 3, I believe.
I think it was down by 1.
Down by 1 at halftime. That shows that they can hang with anybody, and if they can hang with Danbury, they can hang with just about anybody in the state. And they just beat Wilton the game before by 30 points. That's a really, really, really strong performance there. And, you know, if you're Darien, you can hang this one up, put it behind you, but you turn and you look forward and you see New Canaan on that schedule, getting ready for that.
Let's talk about that, Will, for a second. New Canaan, Darien, Friday night, 7 p.m. What do the Wave need to do differently in that game against the Rams to try to end this home stretch 3-1?
The Wave, to put it simply, they need to play a full 32 minutes of basketball. In the first half, they looked really good in this game. As I said, they were putting a lot of pressure on Danbury's ball handlers, making it really difficult for Danbury to get anything going on offense. They were in the passing lanes consistently, and a lot of active hands, moving their feet really well on defense. If they're able to continue that throughout the second half, if they play that well against New Canaan on Friday, they will be looking really good. New Canaan's a good team. But Darien's a good team, too.
They are indeed, and we knew coming into the 20-game season, this 4-game home stretch, Bridgeport Central, Wilton, Danbury, New Canaan, was really going to decide the fate of this Darien team. They started 2-0 with wins over Bridgeport and Wilton. Couldn't quite get it done against Danbury, but it really does put that emphasis on the game Friday as almost a must-win before they head into the real heart of their schedule.
Absolutely. Like we said before, Darien has a very, very difficult schedule as the season comes to an end. And if they want to make FCX, I believe this loss puts them out of if it were to start today, I believe they would not be in the playoffs. But Darien, if they beat New Canaan Friday, then they have a winnable game against Greenwich and a winnable game against Stanford coming up after that. If they're able to win those 2 games, they can make FCX. And Darien's not a team that those higher seeds are going to want to face.
It is indeed, and to that point, I think Darien wants to go into that final 2 games not having those to mean anything necessarily besides a couple seeding things, and those might be must-win games if Darien wants to make the FCI playoffs, and this loss hurts them, especially when they were so close after the first 16 minutes and just were not able to get it done. I'm going to give a shout-out to our DAF Media production crew tonight, Liam Tomaszewski, Ben Wychulis, Will Donnelly, Bo Hancock, Jamie DeMark, and our DAF Media advisor, Damian Andrew. Will, it was a pleasure calling your first game with you tonight.
Absolutely.
Hopefully
it was a pleasure.
Get you back on the mic sometime in the spring or sometime in this winter. Got to say, you killed it. First time.
I appreciate it, Braden.
So for our entire production crew, Danbury, again, your victors by the final score 67-48. Saying so long from the Darien High School main gym. I've been Braden Shank, and this has been a production of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Have a great night.